Welcome to the Bestseller Overviews channel. On this video we will go over some lesser-known facts about A Court of Thorns and Roses series. Click the link below in the description to purchase these books on Amazon. Like the video and subscribe to hear upcoming overviews. Enjoy!
A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas has a rich world full of behind-the-scenes details. Here are some lesser-known facts about the series. 1. Sarah J. Maas initially envisioned A Court of Thorns and Roses as a loose Beauty and the Beast retelling, but over time, it developed into a unique fantasy world with fae politics, war, and romance. 2. Originally, the book's ending was much darker, with Feyre suffering greater consequences for her trials under the mountain. Maas revised it to balance the darkness with hope. Also, in early versions of the book, Lucien's fate was much more tragic. However, Maas became attached to his character and kept him alive, expanding his role in later books. 3. The protagonist's name, Feyre, is an original creation by Maas and doesn't have a direct real-world origin, though it resembles the Old English word fager, meaning fair or beautiful. Many fans initially mispronounced Feyre's name. Maas has confirmed that it's pronounced Feyre, not fair or fairy. 4. Rhysand was inspired by Welsh names, a common theme in Maas's books. The name Rhys is a traditional Welsh name meaning ardor or enthusiasm. Also, the land of Prythian may have been inspired by the name Pryderi, a figure in Welsh mythology, as Maas often draws inspiration from Celtic and Norse legends. 5. Tamlin's name has mythological ties. Tamlin's name comes from the Scottish ballad Tamlin, a folktale about a mortal woman who falls in love with a fae and must fight to free him from a fairy queen's control. 6. The eerie and all-knowing Surreal, a fan-favorite creature, wasn't included in early drafts of A Kotar. Maas later added it to enhance the depth of the magical world. The Surreal was inspired by mythological figures like the Greek Fates and the concept of wise, otherworldly beings that guide heroes. 7. The Night Court's aesthetic was inspired by Velaris. Maas has stated that Velaris, the city of starlight, was partly inspired by Santorini, Greece, and Edinburgh, Scotland, both known for their breathtaking views and rich histories. 8. The series was meant to be a trilogy. Originally, it was supposed to be a 3-book series, ending with A Court of Wings and Ruin. However, due to its popularity and Maas's love for the world, she expanded it with spin-offs like A Court of Silver Flames. 9. Rhysand's popularity surprised Maas. Though Rhysand plays a relatively small role compared to later books, readers immediately latched onto him, which influenced Maas's decision to make him a major character in the sequels. 10. In early drafts of A Court of Mist and Fury, Cashen and Osriel were less prominent, but Maas expanded their roles after realizing how crucial they were to Rhysand's overall narrative. Bonus. There are Easter eggs linking the Court series to Maas's other books. Click on the link to listen to these theories. If you haven't read the rest of A Court of Thorns and Roses series, please be aware that there might be some spoilers in the following facts regarding the author and her work. Book 2. A Court of Mist and Fury, Akamath. Inspired by Hades and Persephone, Akamath shifts from the Beauty and the Beast influence of A Kotar to a retelling of the Hades and Persephone myth, with Feyre's journey to the Night Court paralleling Persephone's descent into the underworld. Reasons I'm Thinking scene was a late addition, one of the most iconic and meme-worthy moments, when Feyre asks what Rhys is thinking, and he responds with that I'd like to do this every night, wasn't in the original draft but was added during revisions. Feyre's mental health struggles were important to Maas. Feyre's journey with PTSD and depression after A Kotar was carefully developed to reflect real trauma recovery, as Maas wanted to show healing is not immediate or linear. Book 3. A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Cower. The final battle scene took months to plan. The massive battle at the end of A Cower was one of the most complicated scenes Maas had ever written, requiring extensive plotting to balance character arcs and action sequences. Feyre and Rhys's bond was originally revealed earlier. In an early draft of Akamath, Feyre learned about the mating bond much sooner, but Maas delayed it to maximize the emotional impact. Tamlin's redemption arc was considered. Maas toyed with giving Tamlin a stronger redemption arc in A Cower, but ultimately, she kept his role ambiguous, leaving room for future exploration. Book 4. A Court of Frost and Starlight, Akophas. It was supposed to be a bonus epilogue. Akophas was originally just a short novella, but as Maas kept writing, it expanded into a bridge between the main series and the spin-offs. The winter solstice scene mirrors Maas's own holiday traditions. The cozy winter solstice celebration, with gift-giving and family moments, was inspired by Maas's own love of the holiday season. Book 5. A Court of Silver Flames, Akosf. Nesta's journey was deeply personal for Maas. Nesta's struggles with grief, anger, and self-worth reflected themes that Maas found personally important, making Akosf one of her most emotionally raw books.
Click the link below in the description to purchase these bestsellers on Amazon. Like the video and stay updated with the latest book releases by subscribing to this channel. Thank you for listening.